Padaravinda satakam 41 to 50. प्रचण्डार्तिक्षोभ प्रमथनकृते प्रातिबसरी प्रवाह प्रोदण्डी करणजलदाय प्रणमता प्रदीपाय प्रौढे भवतमसि कामाक्षि चरण प्रसादोन्मुख्याय स्पृहयति जनोयो जननि ते.
In this shloka, he makes it absolutely clear, makes our prayer very clear. It's a simple prayer. No great visualization here. It's a straightforward prayer. Prasad, last line, Prasada Unmukhyaya Sprihayati Janaha Ayam Janani Te. Ayam Janaha, this person. Now, Ayam Janaha means this person. Normally, it is used for referring to a third person, but here it refers to the first person, to himself. Ayam Janaha. You can imagine as if he is showing his hand against himself. So, Ayam Janaha, this man, Janani, O mother, Te Charana Prasada Unmukhyaya Sprihayati. Te, your Charana Prasada, the Anugraha of your lotus feet, the blessing of your lotus feet, for that Sprihayati, desires. This man desires for the Anugraha of your lotus feet. Unmukhyaya Sprihayati. Unmukhyaya means with the face turned upwards, with raised face. That means with great eagerness. Raised face means, see, when you are looking at Surya, you will raise your face, isn't it? Like that, with great eagerness, it shows the intensity of the desire. Unmukhyaya sprihayati. With raised face, this man desires to get blessing of your lotus feet. Now, what I will get by getting your blessing? Prachanda arti shobha pramathana krite. Your feet will do what? Pramathana. Pramathana means churning. Shobha means agitation. Churning of the agitation. That means destruction of the agitation. Arti means misery. Prachanda, extraordinarily intense. Prachanda is, Chanda itself is intense. Prachanda, very intense. Very intense misery causes agitation in my mind. Now, that kind of agitation will be destroyed by your blessing of the lotus feet. That is the idea. Prachanda, Arti, Shobha, Pramathana, Krite, Pratibha, Sarit Pravaha, Prodandi Karana, Jaladaya, Pranamatam. Pranamatam, for those who worship, Pratibha Sarit. Sarit means river. Pratibha. Pratibha is glory, splendor. The splendor of, it can also be interpreted as intellect. Pratibha is also interpreted as sharpness of intellect. Sharpness of intellect, splendor, glory, whatever meaning you want, all are applicable here. Pratibha Sarit, that kind of river, Pravaha, it flows. Now, when it flows, I need your blessing as Jalada. Jalada means cloud. I need your blessing as a cloud for what? Prodandi-karana. Prodandi-karana means to intensify. Uddandi-karana. Uddanda is intense. Uddandi-karana, make it intense. Prodandi-karana, very intense. I need your blessing as a cloud for greatly intensifying the flow of Pratibha Sarit, of flow of water in the river of glory, in the river of splendor. Means what? As soon as your blessing comes, my Pratibha will increase. That is a simple direct meaning. He is putting it in a very poetical manner. As soon as I get your blessing, my Pratibha, my splendor, my intellect sharpness, everything will increase like a cloud which increases the waters in the river. For those who worship. Pradipaya Praudhe Bhavatamasi. Praudhe Bhavatamasi. Bhava is samsara. The repeated birth and death is bhava. Repeated birth and death is samsara. Bhava. Tamasi, darkness. In the darkness of samsara, how is it? Praudha. Praudha means mature, intense. Intense darkness. That means I don't know how to escape from this trap of samsara. This is like a trap. Great Vedantists are describing samsara as a trap in which we are trapped. We don't know how to get out of this trap. So that is the darkness, intense darkness. When there is intense darkness, you don't know which way to go, isn't it? There is no light. So Pradipa, yeah, your blessing is the light. Your blessing is the big light, Pradipa, in the darkness of samsara, which is very intense in my case. So I need your blessing. So this is the idea. This man desires with a raised face for the blessing of your lotus feet, because I need all this. What do I need? I need the destruction of agitation, of the intense miseries which are occupying my mind. I need your blessing as a cloud for intensifying the flow in the river of glory, of splendor, of intellect for those who worship. And I need your blessing for as a big lamp to remove the intense darkness of samsara, which is also occupying my mind.
Marudbihi samsevya satatamapi chanchalyarahita sadarunyam yanti parinati daridrana sushama gunotkarshan manjiraja kalakalaihi tarjanapatuhu Pravano Kamakyaga Parihasati Padabjayugali
Padabja Yugali, your pair of lotus feet, Parihasati, it ridicules. It ridicules what? Pravalam. Pravalam is a tender sprout. Tender sprout, it ridicules. How it ridicules? He is describing. Marudbhihi Samsevya Satatamapi Chanchalya Rahita. Marudbhihi Samsevya. Now the lotus foot is always worshipped by Marud Devatas. There are 49 Marud Devatas who are part of the Deva Varga. 49 Marud Devatas. So he says worshipped by Marud Devatas. Satatamapi, always worshipped. Chanchalya Rahita. There is no Chanchala Bhava. There is no fickleness. There is no unsteadiness. Your feet are always worshipped by Marud Devatas, and your feet are free from fickleness or unsteadiness. Ever steady. This is for your feet. Now, what happens to Pravala for the tender sprout? That is, whenever the wind comes, it starts shaking, moving. It is Chanchala. Marut is wind. Marut Devatas are also wind Devatas only. So, whenever winds occur, your Pravala starts shaking, unlike the lotus foot. So, the lotus foot ridicules the Pravala. And Satatamapi, your feet are always worshipped by Marud Devatas. But now this Pravala looks for the wind. Whenever it happens, because wind is not a constant occurrence. So, whenever it happens, it starts moving about. Sadarunyam yanti parinati daridrana sushama. Sada arunyam yanti, always attaining red color. Always attaining red color. Now, this always attaining red color is only for Devi's lotus feet. For Pravala, it is not always red color. We all know the color of the sprout keeps changing as it grows. Parinati daridrana soshama. Parinati means change. Parinati, change. Daridrana, impoverishment, poverty. Sushama. Sushama is beauty. The beauty is impoverished. Beauty is not impoverished. The change is impoverished. Change for beauty is impoverished. Very tricky expression he is using, very indirect expression. The change of beauty is impoverished. Means there is no change in beauty for your lotus feet. Whereas for the Pravala, it is not like that. There is no constant beauty. It is red color one day, next day it changes into green color, it changes to some other color, brown color, and so on. And beauty also fades away after passage of time. No Pravala is constantly having beauty. No Pravala is having constant redness. So this whole phrase is a ridicule for Pravala. Sadarunyam yanti parinati daridrana soshama. Gunotkarshan manjiraka kalakalaihi tarjana patuhu. Not only it ridicules by all these actions, it is also shouting. Tarjana is taunting. Patuhu, expert. Expert in taunting by shouting. Tarjana, by shouting and taunting. Kalakalaihi, what is the taunt here? Mandiraka kalakalaihi. The kalakala sounds coming from the anklets. The kalakala sounds coming from the anklets. Through those sounds, you are shouting and taunting the Pravala. You are expert in that. Gunotkarshan. Gunotkarshat, by Utkarsha of Guna, by superiority of qualities. By superiority of qualities, you are taunting. How can you taunt somebody? For taunting, you need to have something plus with you, isn't it? No, what is the plus in you? The positive in you. The positive is Utkarsha Guna, the superior qualities. By superior qualities, you are taunting, you are an expert in taunting with the constant sounds of anklets. So you are ridiculing the Pravala, the tender sprout. Your feet are always worshipped by Maruddevatas, 49 Maruddevatas, and your feet are ever constant, free from unsteadiness. Whereas the tender sprout is looking for the wind which comes at times, and whenever it comes, immediately it starts shaking. It attains Chanchala Bhava, it attains fickleness. Your feet are always having red color, and your feet are so beautiful that it impoverishes the concept of change. Concept of change is impoverished by the beauty of your feet. Whereas that is not the case with the tender sprout. Similarly, by your superior qualities, you are an expert in shouting and taunting by making sounds of your anklets.
Jagadraksha daksha jalajaruchi siksha patutara surai namya ramya satatama bigamya budhajanai dvayi leela lola shrutishu surapaladi mukuti tati simadhama tava janani kamakshi padayo.
Now he is describing the feet. Plain description of the feet. Qualities of the feet. Kamakshi, tava, Kamakshi, Janani, O Mother Kamakshi, tava padayoho, your feet. Now he is giving the description. Jagadraksha daksha. Daksha means expert, master in protecting the world. Jagat, Raksha, Daksha. Your feet are experts in protecting the worlds, protecting the lokas. Jalaja, Ruchi, Shiksha, Patutara. Patutara means Patu itself is expert, master. Patutara means higher level of mastery. You are a great expert. You are a great expert in Shiksha, in teaching. Jalaja, lotus, in teaching what? Shine. Teaching radiance to the lotuses. Shiksha can be interpreted in two ways. One is teaching, another is chastising, ridiculing. Chastising, ridiculing. So your feet are experts in ridiculing, chastising the shine of lotuses or teaching them how to shine. Samair Namya. Now the other Patha Bheda was Surair Namya, which Mami's chant was including. My book says Samair Namya. The screen also says Samair Namya. Sama means one who has equanimity, one who has equal vision. We have seen this before. Whenever Sukha comes, whenever Dukkha comes, if my mind is equal, then I am Sama. That is the definition. Suraihi means by Devas. Worshipped by Devas is one meaning. Worshipped by those with mental equanimity is another meaning. Ramya, very attractive, very enchanting. Your feet are very enchanting. Satatam abhigamya buddhajanaihi. Satatam, always. Abhigamya, attained. Always accessed. Always accessed by buddhajanaihi, by wise people. Buddha is wise. Leela Lola Shrutishu. Leela Lola Shrutishu. Shrutishu in Vedas. Leela Lola. Engaged in sporting. Lola is engaged. Leela, sporting. Your feet are engaged in sporting in Vedas. Surapaladi Mukuti Tati Sima Dhama. Dhama is a place. Sima is the boundary. Your place, your feet are defining the boundary. Defining what boundary? Surapala di Mukuti Tati. Surapala, in Devendra is Surapala. He is the protector of Devas. He is Surapala. Adi. Indra di Devas. Devas including Indra. Mukuti, their crown. Tati, edge of the crown. The edges of crowns of Devas, including Indra, for their edges of crowns, there is a boundary. That is the place of boundary, your feet. Means what? Your feet are always being touched upon by the edges of crowns of Devas, including Devendra. Tava Padayoho Dvayi. Dvayi should go to Padayoho. Tava Padayoho Dvayi. The pair of your feet. The pair of your feet is expert in protecting all the worlds, is possessing great mastery in teaching shine, radiance to lotuses, or in chastising them because of their lesser shine. And their feet are always worshipped by people with equanimity or by Devas, very enchanting, always accessed by wise people, always sporting, engaged in sporting in Vedas, and your feet are acting as the boundary for the edges of crowns of Devas, including Devendra, O Mother Kamakshi.
गिरां दूरौ चोरौ जडिमतिमिराणां कृतजगत् परित्राणौ शोणौ मुनिहृदयलीलैक निपुणौ नखैस्मेरौ सारौ निगमवचसां खण्डितभव ग्रहोन्मादौ पादौ तव जननि कामाक्षि कलये.
Last line, Janani Kamakshi, O Mother Kamakshi, Tava Padau Kalaye. Kalaye means I meditate on your feet. Now he is describing the feet. Straightforward description, beautiful description. Giram Durau. Giram means words, Durau means distant. Beyond words, beyond the scope of words. Yato vacho nivartante apraapya manasa saha. That is the Vedic statement. That means words and even mind cannot reach Paramatma. So Giram Durau. Chorau Jadima Timiranam. Jadima is inertia, ignorance. Jadya. Timira is darkness. So the darkness of ignorance. Chorau. Chorau means robbers, thieves. Your feet are thieves of the darkness of ignorance. And he uses plural. Jadima Timiranam. Jadima Timirasya, he is not saying. That means the darkness of ignorance comes to us in several shapes because we are in the sway of moha, delusion. So it comes in several shapes. Every moment we are passing through the darkness of ignorance in various ways. So he is using plural. And all those are being removed by Devi's feet if we meditate on Devi's feet. Krita Jagat Paritranau. Paritranau, protectors. Jagat, world. Krita, doing. Always doing protection of the worlds. Shonau, always in a beautiful red color, attractive red color. Muni Hridaya Leela Eka Nipunau. Muni Hridaya Leela Eka Nipunau. Muni Hridaya, the hearts of Munis. Leela, sporting there, delighting the hearts. You can interpret the Leela is in two ways. One is Devi's feet are sporting in the hearts of Munis. The other is Devi's feet are delighting the hearts of Munis. In doing that, Eka Nipunau, they are unique. They are unique experts. Their feet are unique experts in delighting the Hridayas of Munis or in sporting in Hridayas of Munis. Nakhaihi Smerau. Smerau means having a beautiful smile. Now, what is the smile which feet are giving us? The smile means it has to be white because the teeth are white and nakhas are white, the toenails. So, through the toenails, Devi's feet are sending out a beautiful white smile. Smerau. Sarau Nigama Vachasam. Nigama Vedas, Vachasam words. Vedas words, Sarau, they are the essence. Vedas words contain so many things, so many yagas, so many procedures, so many things which we have to observe, so many anushtanas. But the essence of everything is Devi's feet. Essence of the words of Vedas. Nigama Vachasam Sarau. Khandita Bhava Graha Unmadau. Unmada is insanity, madness, conceit. All these are covered by the word Unmada. Graha is evil spirits. Bhava is samsara. Khandita, removing, cutting off. Your feet are capable of cutting off, removing the insanity caused by the evil spirits of samsara. Samsara he is describing as an evil spirit, Bhava Graha. Graha is evil spirit as well as something which catches you, does not leave you. That is a Graha. That is why crocodile is known as Graha, because it is expert in catching. So this samsara is expert in catching you, does not leave you, and it makes you insane, it makes you deluded, and that kind of delusion, that kind of insanity, Devi's feet are capable of removing. Khandita means cutting off, making it into pieces. So that kind of Devi's feet, I meditate upon. The feet are beyond the scope of words. Feet are experts in robbing, in thieving the darkness of ignorance, which comes in several shapes to humans, and experts in protecting all the worlds. Beautiful red color. They are unique experts in delighting and sporting in the hearts of munis. They are sending out beautiful white color smile through the radiances of toenails. They are the essence of the words of Vedas, and they remove, they rend asunder the delusion, the insanity caused by the evil spirit of samsara.
अविश्रान्तं पङ्कं यदपि कलयन् यावकमयो निरस्यन् कामाक्षी प्रणमनजुषां पङ्कमखिलो तुलाकोटिद्वन्द्वं दधदपि च गच्छन् अतुलतां गिरा मार्गं पादः गिरिवरसुते लङ्घयति ते.
Again, description of the feet. Avishrantam pankam yadapi kalayan yavakamayam. Pankam is slush, but here it means the red color coating which Devi is having on her feet. Yavaka is red lac. The Yavakamayam red lac coating, panka, that coating, which is describing as a slush, as a coating. Yadapi kalayanne, though you are having slush, red colored slush on your feet, yadapi, though, kalayanne, bearing. What does your foot do? Nirasyan kamakshi pranamana jusham pankam akhilam. Pranamana jusham. Pranamana, one who prostrates. Jusham is one who does it delightfully, who takes delight. That is very important. One who happily prostrates. So those who happily prostrate, for them, akhilam pankam, all the slush, all the mire, all the evils, Kamakshi, nirasyanne means removing. Though you are wearing a slush on your feet, the feet are capable of removing all the slush of those who prostrate, those who happily prostrate. And that you do avishrantam, without any tiresomeness, without getting exhausted. Without getting exhausted, your feet always keep on removing the slush of those who prostrate. This avishrantam is qualification for both. Avishrantam kalayanna yavakamayam, because always you are wearing, without getting exhausted, always you are wearing the red color coating, and always you are removing the slush of those who prostrate without getting exhausted. The next one is even more interesting. Tulakoti dvandvam. It's not dvandam, it is as printed here. Tulakoti dvandvam dadhadapi cha gachan atulatam. Tulakoti means the anklets. Manjira we saw earlier, the same. Tulakoti is anklet. Dvandvam, a pair. Two anklets in 2 feet. Devi is wearing. Dadhadapi, though you are wearing 2 anklets in your 2 feet. Like he said before, yadapi pankam kalayan. Similarly, dadhadapi, even though you are wearing 2 anklets, gachan atulatam. Atulatam gachan. Atulatam means a state of not being able to compare, incomparable state. Atulatam. Tulatam is, tula is comparison. Tulata is comparison. Atulatam, not being able to compare. That means your feet are incomparable, attain a state of incomparability. That is why gachan atulatam. Though you are wearing tulakoti, the tula is the word on which he is playing. Though you are wearing tulakoti, the two tulakotis you are wearing, your feet are incomparable in nature. Now, there is another interesting aspect to this. Tula is also a balance. Tula is also a balance. So in balance, you keep something on one side and you weigh it with a standard weight on the other side. But you will never be able to exactly do that. There will be never an equal object for that weight. It will be a little bit here and there. But here, Atulatam means that kind of thing is not happening because there is no object parallel to or equal to Devi's feet. That is why Atulatam. So, Tula has got another aspect to it, another dimension to it. So, even though you are wearing two anklets, you have attained a state of being incomparable. Gachan Atulatam, unparalleled. Giram Margam Langhayati. Te padaha, your foot. Giram Margam Langhayati. Giram, words, Margam, path, Langhayati, crosses. That means your foot crosses the path of words. Means it is beyond the scope of words. What we said earlier, same thing is being repeated in a different way. The import of words, whoever speaks those words. Now, last time it was Giram Durav, any words. Similarly, here also, any words. Whoever can speak any word, those words will not convey the entire meaning conveyed by your feet. Giram Margam Langhayati. Langhayati means process. Goes beyond. So your foot, Girivara Sute, daughter of Himavan. Girivara. Girivara means chief of the mountains. The best of the mountains. So Himavan's daughter. This is an address like Kamakshi earlier. Now, though you are wearing, without getting exhausted, red lac color on your foot, your foot always removes the flesh, the impurities of those who prostrate, those who delight in prostrating. Though you are wearing a pair of anklets, your foot attains the state of being unparalleled, and your foot goes beyond the path created by any words.
Pravalom Saurilam Vipina Vivare Vepayatiya Spural Leelam Balatapam Adhika Balam Vadatiya Ruchim Sandhya Vandya Virachayatiya Vardhayatu Sa Shivam Me Kamakhyaga Padanalina Patalya Lahari.
Kamakshaha, last line. Padanalina Patalya Lahari Me Shivam Vardhayatu. This is a prayer. Kamakshaha of Kamakshi, Padanalina, the lotus feet, Patalya, red color, Lahari, waves. The waves of red color, the beautiful waves of red color which keep emanating from your lotus feet, May Shivam Vardhayatu, let them increase, augment my auspiciousness. Shivam, auspiciousness, Vardhayatu, let them increase, augment, mine. So the prayer is, the waves of red color, red radiances, which are emanating from your lotus feet, should augment my auspiciousness. Now he is describing the radiance. Pravalam Savrilam Vipina Vivare Vepayati Ya. Ya means that. The one which does this. Does what? Pravalam is tender plant. Savridam, Vreelam, La, Da, both are interchangeable in this case. Vrida means bashfulness, feeling a sense of shame. So, Savrilam, bashfully, feeling ashamed, then what does it do? Vepayati, it goes and trembles. Vepayati means trembles, shakes. Where it goes and trembles? Vipina vivere. Vipina is forest. Vivara is distant, a distant forest, or deep inside the forest. Because vivara also means a hole. So deep inside the forest. So the tender plant, because it has been defeated by the red color of the radiance of the lotus feet, and it becomes ashamed, it retires to the deep depth of the forest, and it goes and trembles there on the mere thought of the lotus feet. Arey, what has happened to me? It trembles at that thought. That is the imagination. Next, Spural Leelam Balatapam Adhika Balam Vadati Ya. The same lotus foot Ya. What does it do? Balatapam. Balatapam means Bala Surya. Atapa is Surya. Atapa is heat, also Surya. Balatapa, Bala Surya. The young Surya. Spurat Leelam. Leelam means shine, beauty. Spurat, giving out. The Bala Surya is giving out beautiful shine. Now, what does your foot do? Adhika Balam Vadati. It describes that Bala Surya as Adhika Bala, very childish. That means this radiance of the Bala Surya is nothing in comparison to the radiance of the lotus foot that the poet is describing in this form, that your lotus foot ridicules Bala Surya by calling it excessively childish. That means it's not a match to our radiance, making it powerless. Adhika Balam, excessive childishness, powerless to fight with me. Ruchim Sandhyam Vandhyam Virachayati Ya. This foot also does something else. Sandhyam Ruchim, the twilight shine. Sandhya, Sandhya Kala. Ruchi, the radiance. Evening, there is a radiance. Morning also, Sandhya Kala, there is a radiance. Beautiful red colored radiance, Aruna. So, what does it do to that radiance? Vandhyam Virachayati. Vandhya means barren woman. Vandhya means barren woman. That means unproductive, makes it useless. The radiance at the twilight time is made useless by your lotus foot. So, he is describing it in three ways. One is, it makes the tender plant retire to the depth of the forest and tremble with bashfulness. It makes, it speaks of, Vadati means speaks. It speaks of Balasurya, who is shedding beautiful red shine, as Adhika Bala, excessively childish, powerless. And it makes the evening or morning twilight shine as Bandhya, barren, useless. So that kind of wave of red radiance of lotus foot should augment my auspiciousness. That is the prayer.
किरञ्जोत्स्नारीतिं नखमुखरुचां हंसमनसा वितल्वानप्रीतिं विकचतरुणाम्बोरुह रुचिः प्रकाशश्रीपादः तव जननि कामाक्षि तनुते शरत्कालप्रौढिं शशिशकलचूड प्रियतमे.
Shashishakala Priyatame is an address, simple, easy to understand. Shashishakala, part of the moon, crescent, Chuda, wearing it on the head, that is Shiva. Priyatame, beloved of Shiva. Shashishakala Chuda Priyatame, beloved of Shiva, who is wearing crescent on his head. Now, this is the prayer now. Kiran Jyotsna Ritim Nakamukha Rucha Hamsa Manasam. Hamsa Manasam, the minds of Paramahamsas, the minds of Hamsas. Hamsas are yatis, yogis, who have devoted their minds to contemplation on Devi's feet. So, to those feet, to those minds, Nakha Mukha Rucha, by the radiance emanating from the toenails. Mukha means the front of the nails. Beautiful red, beautiful white radiance is emanating from the front of the toenails. Through that, Kiran Jyotsna Ritim. Jyotsna means moonlight. Jyotsna is moonlight. Ritim means a stream, a current, a stream of moonlight. Kiran, spreading out, shedding a stream of moonlight through the radiance emanating from the toenails front into the minds of Hamsas, yogis. That means what? If you spread moonlight in the minds of Hamsas, they become extremely delighted. They are able to visualize Devi's feet. That is the idea. And also moonlight means jnana, knowledge. That is why he is saying like this. Vitanvanaha Pritim. Pritim Vitanvanaha. Be spreading love. Vitanvanaha, spreading Priti, love. Spreading kindness, spreading love. Vikacha Taruna Ambhoruha Ruchihi. Ambhoruha is lotus we have seen. Ruchihi, shine of the lotus. Aruna. Vikacha Taruna. Taruna means just blossomed. Young, freshly blossomed lotus, shine of that. Vikacha. Vikacha means blossomed. Freshly blossomed, young lotus shine. That is what your foot is holding. He is describing the shine coming from the lotus feet as the shine coming from the just blossomed young lotus. Prakashaha Shripadaha Tava Janani Kamakshi Tanute Sharatkala Praudhim. Tava Shripadaha, your sacred foot. Sharatkala Praudhim Tanute Prakashaha. Your sacred foot is full of light. Prakashaha. Shripadaha Prakashaha. What does it do? Sharatkala Praudhim Tanute. Tanute means it holds. It gives, it holds. What does it hold? Sharatkala means autumn, the season of autumn. Praudhim means mature, intense. Intense Sharatkala, intense autumn, it produces. That means your foot creates an atmosphere which is common in autumn. How does he say that? Because he said it gives nice moonlight, Jyotsna. He said it gives delight, Vitanvanaha Pritam. Then he said it is like lotus in full bloom. Now these are all common in Sharatkala. In Sharatkala there is no cloud, everything is clear and crystal clear and everything is beautiful. That is why he is saying that. Because moon is always enjoyed in Sharatkala only. That is why he is taking Sharatkala here. Sharatkala Praudhim, mature, intense Sharatkala. Your foot, the prakasha, the shine coming from your foot creates an atmosphere of intense Sharatkala by sending out a stream of moonlight into the minds of yogis through the shine of the fronts of toenails. Your foot always spreads love, spreads kindness, and your foot holds the shine of lotus which is just freshly blossomed young, and your foot thus creates an atmosphere of intense Sharatkala through its prakasha. This is the address to Kamakshi, Shashi Shakala Choda Priyatame, the beloved of Shiva.
नखाङ्कुरस्मेर द्युतिविमलगङ्गाम्भसि सुखं कृतस्नानं ज्ञानामृतम् अमलमास्वाद्य नियतो उदञ्चल्मञ्जीरे स्फुरणमणिदीपे मम मनः मनोज्ञे कामाक्ष्यागा चरणमणिहर्मे विहरता.
Last line, Mama Manaha, may my mind, Mano Kamakshaha Manogne Charana Mani Harmye Viharatam. May my mind Viharatam. Sport in Mani Harmye, gem-studded mansion. Harmya is mansion, palace. Gem-studded palace, which is your foot. Charana Mani Harmye. Let my mind sport there. And it is very enchanting. Manogne. It takes away my mind. It is beautiful, enchanting. That kind of beautiful gem-studded palace is your foot. May my mind sport there. Then he is explaining what is there in the palace. Nakhankura smera dyuti vimala gangambhasi sukham kritasnanam. Kritasnanam, having bathed in the Ganga Ambhasi, in the waters of Ganga, Vimala, pure Ganga waters. Now, where is pure Ganga water coming inside the mansion? He is explaining that. Nakhankura smera dyuti. The Ganga waters is nothing but the shine, beautiful white shine, which is like a smile. Smera means gentle smile, like a gentle smile, dyuti, that shine, which is coming from Nakha Ankura. Ankura is sprout. The sprouts of the nails. He is describing the nails as sprouts because they are always young. Because Devi is only 16 years old, always. So the Nakhas are also very young. So the sprouts of the Nakhas, the toenails, they are giving out a white, gentle, beautiful smile. And that shine is like Gangambhasi, pure Ganga water. Sukham kritasnanam. So they're happily taking bath. Then Jnanamritam Amalam Aswadya Niyatam. These are descriptions of the feet. Niyatam Aswadya, always tasting. Aswadya. Swadu means very tasty. Aswadya, tasting. Always tasting. Tasting what? Amalam. Beautiful, pure, without any mala, pure. Jnana Amritam, the nectar of Jnana. Always tasting the nectar of Jnana, which is very pure. Udanchanna Manjira Spurana Manideepe. There is a beautiful palace. There should be a beautiful light also, isn't it? It should be well lit. So the light is now being described. Manideepa. That light is not also not an ordinary lamp. It is a gem-studded lamp. Udanchanna Manjira Spurana. Spurana means the light coming out of the Manjira, the anklet. Because there is no light here in the foot. The foot is being described. What is the light in the foot? The light in the foot is the Manjira, the anklet. The anklet is also gem-studded and it's giving out a beautiful shine. Udanchanna means increasing, always increasing. That is, every time you look at the anklet, it is giving because it is gem-studded, it is giving a different type of augmented feeling of shine, rising. Udanchanna means rising, increasing. So may my mind sport in the gem-studded mansion, which is your foot, where the foot, you can take beautiful bath in the waters of Ganga, which are pure and which are the shine of the beautiful, gentle smile coming out from the sprouts, which are your toenails. And you can taste, always taste the pure nectar of jnana in the foot. All this is happening in the foot, in the mansion. In your mansion, you are getting a good food and you are getting good waters to bathe. Because the description is a mansion, isn't it? So a mansion means should have good water supply. The Ganga water is there. Good food you require. That is the Jnana Amrita is there. Then you want beautiful light, and that light is coming from the anklet, which is sending out a beautiful gem-studded lamp, sending out a beautiful light, which is always increasing.
भवाम्भोधौ नौकां जडिमविपिने पावकशिखां प्रणम्रेन्द्रादीनाम् अधिमुकुटम् उत्तं सकलिका जगत्तापे ज्योत्स्नाम् अकृतकवचपल्जरपुटे शुकस्त्रीं कामाक्ष्या मनसि कलये पादयुगळीम्
Padayugalim, Kamakshaha Padayugalim, Manasi Kalaye. The twin feet of Kamakshi, I meditate in my mind. In what way he is meditating? He is meditating in different ways. There is a variety of descriptions. Bhavam Bodhau Naukam. Nauka is a boat. Ambodhi is ocean. Bhava is samsara. The feet are the boat in the ocean of samsara. Jadime vipine pavaka shikham. Pavaka is Agni. Shikha is flame. The flame of Agni in the vipina, in the forest of Jadima, ignorance, inertia. It is the flame of Agni in the forest of inertia. Pavaka shikham. Amartyendradinam adhimukutam uttamsa kalikam. Amartya is, we are all martyas. We are all prone to death, prone to birth and death. Devas are not prone to birth and death. They are having an extremely long life compared to us. So they are called amartyas. They are devas. Amartya Indra, the head of the devas, that is Devendra. Amartya Indra Adinam, all devas including Devendra. Adhi Mukuta, the crown which is sitting on their heads. Adhi means on top. The crown which is sitting on their heads. Uttam Sa, the tip of the crown, the top end of the crown, there it is Kalika. Kalika is the bud of the flower. Flower bud is called the Kalika. The foot is the beautiful decoration, because on the top of the crown, the devas generally wear beautiful flowers as a decoration, as an ornament. So which is the decoration here? They are not wearing any flower bud here, because they are prostrating at Devi's feet. The Devi's foot is the flower bud at the top of the crown of devas headed by Devendra. Then Jagattape Jyotsnam. It is the moonlight for the heat of the world. Jagat Tapa. The world is nothing but heat. The world is nothing but misery. Tapa is heat and misery. So the heat and misery of the world is being removed by the moonlight, Jyotsna. Because heat can be, when you are feeling hot, what do? You go and stand in the moonlight. Moonlight is the Amrita for Tapa, for the heat. So he is putting the two together. Jagat Tape Jyotsnam. Akrita Kavachaha Panjarapute Shukastri. This is another beautiful description. Akrita means not man-made. Krita, made, man-made. Akrita, not man-made. What is not man-made? Vedas. Kavacha, it is an armor. It is an armor of Vedas. Panjara is the cage. Shukastri means female parrot. Devi's foot is a female parrot. Inside, Puta is inside. Inside the cage of Vedas. Akrita Kavachaha. The cage is not just an ordinary cage. It is a Kavacha cage. It is a impregnable cage. It's not easy to go inside. That is why Kavacha is using. Because are we able to understand all that is said in the Vedas? We are not able to understand. Vedas are beyond. Every day, every new interpretation can be given. That is why it is Akrita Kavachaha. That kind of Vedas, that kind of cage, inside that, she is sitting as a female parrot. That is a beautiful description. So your feet are boat for the ocean of samsara. They are the flame of Agni for the feet, for the forest of ignorance. They are the beautiful flower bud on the top of the crowns of devas who prostrate. And it is also moonlight for the heat of the world's, and Devi's foot is female parrot inside the cage, the well-protected cage of Vedas. That kind of Devi's foot, I meditate in my mind. Kalaya can be used in two senses here. One is meditation, another is building up. He is building his imagination. Kalaya is building, imagining. He is imagining the Devi's foot in so many ways.
Paratma prakashya pratiphalana chunchu pranamatam manogyaspatpadaha manimukura mudram kalayate yadiyam kamakshi prakriti mashrunashodakadasham vidhatum cheshtante balaripuvaduti kachabharaga.
Second line, Manognaha Tvatpadaha Manimukura Mudram Kalayate. Tvatpadaha, your foot. Manognaha, it is very enchanting. Mani Mukura. Mukura is a mirror, gem-studded mirror, not ordinary mirror like we have. It is a beautiful gem-studded mirror. That kind of impression, mudra means that kind of mark, that kind of impression. Kalayate, it gives, it creates. Your foot creates an impression of a gem-studded mirror, which is very enchanting. Why he is saying that? He is explaining. Paratma, not Paratma. Paratma prakashya pratiphalana chunchuhu pranamatam. Pranamatam, for those who worship. Paratma prakashya. Prakashya means shine. Prakasha. Paratma, Paramatma. They shine the radiance of Paramatma. This mirror is able to show to those who prostrate. How it is showing? Pratiphalana. Pratiphalana means a reflected image. Chunchuhu means expert. Chunchuhu, expert. Renowned. Chunchuhu, renowned, famous. Your foot is famous for showing a reflected image of the radiant Paramatma to those who prostrate. So that is why it is a mirror. Only if it is a mirror, it can show a reflected image. Yadiyam, inside that mirror, Kamakshi, Prakriti Masrunaha, Shodhaka Dasham, Vidhautam, Keshtante, Balaripu Vadhuti, Kachabharaha. Yadiyam, inside that mirror, in that mirror, Balaripu Vadhuti, Kachabharaha. Balaripu is Indra. Indra is the enemy of an asura called Vala. Vala is also known as Bala. Vaba, Vabayo, Abhedaha. So he is calling it as Bala. He is also full of strength, Vala was very Balavan, so he is calling it Bala. Bala Ripu. So Indra, Vadhu, wife, Indra, Indrani, Vadhuti, Vadhu, both mean the same. Vadhuti, Indrani. Kacha, the hair on the head of Indrani. Bharaha, the dense, the mass of hair on the head of Indrani. What does it do? Prakriti Masranaha. Masrana means very soft. Prakriti by nature. Now he is describing the hair. The hair of Indrani is by nature extremely soft. Prakriti Masranaha. Then what does it do? Those hairs, Shodhaka Dasham, Vidhatum Teshtante. Shodhaka Dasham, cleaning agent. Shodhaka, cleaning agent. State of cleaning agent, Vidhatum, to do that, Teshtante, make an effort. That means, this is the imagination. When the Indrani prostrates at Devi's foot, her hair, which is extremely smooth, tries to clean the Devi's foot. It looks as if the hair is trying to clean the Devi's foot. Because it is a mirror. Mirror has to be kept clean. So for that you use a duster. So what is the duster here? The duster is the Indrani's mass of dense hair, which is extremely soft. That is why he is saying, if you use a hard brush, you will be injuring the Devi's foot. So he is making it very clear, extremely soft. Prakriti Masruna, ha, extremely soft. Cleaning agent, Shodhaka Dasham, Vidhatam Cheshtante, to assume that role, Vidhatam, to assume that role, to do that job, Cheshtante, effort, making effort. So, your foot is extremely enchanting. It is a gem-studded mirror. It gives the impression of a gem-studded mirror because it is renowned for showing the reflected image of the shining Paramatma to those who worship, and the mass of hair which is on the head of Indrani, which is basically by nature extremely soft. The hair tries to assume the role of a cleaning agent for your foot.